Alright, it's me, LH Music, and welcome to my Political Life video blog. And guess what? Here's so you're on to know about over the weekend. About, because guess what? Over the weekend, but here's why. Because just when you think about Women's March and prepared for March for Life when it comes to, yeah, you guessed it, another one, science. You might think you're so smart about Thomas Dolby blighting me with science. Yeah, right. But here's your worst nightmare. Oh, because over the weekend, you guessed it. You know who? March for Science. Yeah, yeah. Because everybody knows that nearly half of the people were buzzing around for, March for Science. Because I don't really believe this at all. And this is gonna be ridiculous. And and you may not gonna like this at all. Period. Because according to CNN, the liberal, this is a huge idea about the anti-Trump protester buffoon Smurfs are ready for marching for science over the weekend. Oh, Lord have mercy. Now, here's your worst nightmare. Michael Pelka, host of Puro Pelka on the Blaze Radio Network, has a huge interview, you guessed it, Dr. Stephen Meyer. And he's a doctor in the philosophy of science at the University of Cambridge and the program director of Discovery Institute. Student. So here's your worst nightmare about this one. So listen. Why don't you take a little listen from Michael Pelka from the Blaze Radio Network, asking Dr. Meyer why in heavens on earth this looks like an anti-march for science, if I do say so myself. Listen to this.
Are you in fact going to be in the march this weekend?
We will be at the march, although we were denied official status as marchers because our website makes clear that we oppose the philosophy of scientific materialism. They regard that opposition as the same as being opposed to science, which tells you where they're coming from. This is a march for a scientific ideology, not for science itself.
That's a great point. And if you want to read, I'll tweet out a link to what the doctor's talking about. You want to read what he's referencing. TheStream.org has the latest piece entitled Bill Nye, the Perfect Talking Head.
Oh. Michael Pelka hits the nail on the head. And that is what is Bill Nye is up to this time. Because here's the problem about this one. What is Bill Nye is up to? Formerly known as Bill Nye the Science Guy. Science Guy. And give me one of the reasons why. Because here's your problem. Here's your problem. Everybody knows about talking about climate change or science or weather-wise, or I have no clue whatsoever. Now you give me one of the reasons why, Bill Nye. Why you try to do climate change at a time like this? Oh boy, Michael Pelka hits the nail on the head. And just when you think about this one, I have no clue whatsoever. But guess what? It's not over yet. This is what happens if March for Science was March for Politics. Mark my darn words. I cannot believe my eyes and ears. This is what everybody gets about this one. So, last Monday, Doc Thompson, host of the Morning Blaze on Blaze Radio Network, has anything else to say about, you guessed it, March for Science over the weekend. Listen to this.
So the event on Saturday, ironically got rained out. I say ironically because they told us the rain was going to wrap up. So all day Saturday morning into the early afternoon, every time we had checked the weather app, the local weather, the forecasters kept saying, okay, it's raining now, it's going to end next hour.
How did that work out for us?
It kept raining. And then I'd check it and it would say, okay, it's raining now, but it's going to end next hour. And then the next hour, it kept raining and it actually increased the rain. At first it was like kind of a light mist, and then it got more and more rain. And they kept telling us this all morning for over the course of like 6-8 hours or so. And then it just rained all day. So the reason I say ironically is these are people that cannot predict the weather an hour from now, and yet are telling us what the climate's going to be like 30 years from now.
Well, I talked to a scientist, the people that do the weather.
Everybody
and I
knows.
asked them, hey, my app
Everybody
says
knows this.
that we're going to have no more showers, and it keeps raining. They said, well, that's why we need the money. We need the money to fix that problem.
Oh, of course.
So
Interesting.
it's just lack of funding. So that's why you couldn't get a precise reading.
But they have already told us what it's going to be like 30 years from now.
But they don't have enough funding to
Oh.
Yeah.
If they're wrong,
that's
it's
30
because
years
of the money.
Now, everybody couldn't predict this weather. I know it. Everybody tried to predict this weather. Give me one good reasons why. Why? Because over the weekend, because all the scientists and the supporters marching over the weekend in Washington, D.C. And then everybody, protesting it. Yes. Those no-confident anti-Trump supporting, anti-Trump protesting buffoon Smurfs is protesting the Trump administration and advocated more scientific research. I have no clue whatsoever. And now, here's what you think about March for Science, as far as we're concerned. Here's a question from you. Are scientists are really marching for scientists at all? Because as I said on my radio show last Monday night on the Blaze Radio Network, give me one good reason why you tell me. Why is Bill Nye does stupid things like this about climate change, about this one, and just what you think about this one, as far as we're concerned.
The Blaze Radio Network.
Stop. Because scientists are marching. Because because here's why. Because last Saturday, because Washington, D.C. and other locations are around the country trying to protest President Trump on purpose. I cannot contradict this at all. I cannot contradict this. At all. And I tell you one thing is, it doesn't even make sense. It doesn't even really make any sense at all. Here's my explanation about this. If you know about the official March for Science, it could be a nonpartisan. Well, guess what? The people stated protested policies and the threat to their own research is ability to spread information. Just when you think about this one, this is gonna be, madness. Quote this from Doc Thompson. Now that we read up on them, I'm saying the Science March will be renamed the Political Science March. Oh, Lord have mercy upon us. Because I wonder why. the hell they saying these things at a time like this? Yes. Say this. I mean, look what happens. It defends the science, but a closer look try to reveal the huge different motive of science. Science, and now everybody knows. I want you to take a look at this on my computer screen, if you know what I mean. Look at this. Look at this. Look at they holding signs. I cannot believe that's according to theblaze.com. As far as we concerned, I couldn't see it. Get a closer look. Closer look. Stop right there. Yes. Now you see what happens? This is from theblaze.com. Look at this. The holding sign says climate change is real, and the other sign is I love science. Oh boy. Why is this anti-Trump protesters try to hold the protesters try to hold the signs that climate change is stupid. Stupid. Because here's why. Because thousands of people in the United States are participating Earth Day. And it collects the events. Then it opposes this. Well, oppose this. Think again. We as conservatives love Earth Day with awesome trolling. What it's gonna be huge. We as conservatives holding the sign says Earth Day. Earth Day. This is what has nothing to do with ice, climate change, and change. Trump's delivered a huge Earth Day message last Saturday for Earth Day. And you wonder why? Because those no good for nothing anti-Trump liberal protesting buffoon Smurfs are jealous. And you might think it's so smart about you. You're not happy about this? Oh, really, huh? Because we're going to talk to Stephen Meyer later on tonight on the Blaze radio network on my radio show. And you might think it's so smart about this one. Guess what? You wish you were born yesterday. That's why we're going to get inside Wordplay Wednesday this Wednesday. Shall we say later on tonight on the Blaze Radio Network, and see what happens next. Because the moral of the story is this for this Political Life video blog. Because all of you anti-Trump protesting liberal eagle mind buffoon Smurfs are blinded with science. Why are you marching it and holding signs like this? It doesn't even make sense at all. Period. You, all of you idiots, taught a lesson. You will be taught a lesson not to do this again. We're going to do this on Wordplay Wednesday later on tonight on the Blaze Television Network and see what happens next. Get it? Good. Hope everybody listens. Anyways, that's my Political Life video blog, and I'm sticking to it. And we're not blind with science. Thank you, Thomas Dobie.